Hi, my name is Tamara. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're new, you like my vibes, or you just love fragrances, please stick around, subscribe. We would love to have you. Now, as you can see from the title, today we are talking about these two bad boys. Are they similar? Do you need both? What are they giving? When I first heard that Quintin Bisch is doing a collab with Lattafa, I was like, whoa, okay. I knew I had to get it. The first one they came out with was Teriaq. Lattafa does really good affordable fragrances, some great dupes. And Quintin Bisch, if you know him, his nose is behind some of the most infamous fragrances. Complex, but infamous. So when you think about it, the Delina lineup, it's amazing, right? You think about the Guidance. Quintin Bisch and his fragrances, they're always amazing. Very complex, but they're unique fragrances. So I knew I wanted to check these out to see what they were giving. Now the first one we're going to start with is the Teriaq. When you spray it, you're getting a slight sweetness, and I think it's coming from the caramel, but it's not a sweet sticky caramel. It's a light caramel. You're getting that honey. It has to have some form of spice to it. You get a slight nuttiness, but the nuttiness you're getting is not, it's from the almond, which give it the slight nuttiness and creaminess to it. But then it develops, it transforms to like a leathery, musky vanilla fragrance. It is complex. You're getting the complexity. It is different. I would say this is not a safe blind buy, but when I think about it, the more I smell the leather. The leather is in the background, it's coming through, it's peeping through, but it's not a heavy leather where it is overbearing or taking over the fragrance. So for me, what I get the caramel, I get the honey, I get the vanilla, I get musk, slight leather, soft leather done well. And then in the base, I get and then as it dry down, I get leather and musk coming through. So for me, let me spray it on skin and see what I get, if it's the same thing that is pulling through on skin. So again, slightly nutty, sweet. This is not a gourmand fragrance, but the sweetness in there. It's not a sticky sweet fragrance, but it's a slightly sweet, nutty, slightly creamy, musky, leathery fragrance. So the musk, you get the musk, you get the leather, nuttiness, creaminess from the almond, and the sweetness from the honey and the caramel. Again, the caramel is not thick and heavy. It's like a little caramel. So for me, I don't think they put a lot of caramel in there, because it's not I wouldn't say it's a caramel fragrance. It gives it the sweetness, and the honey is there to give it the sweetness, but I think the leather and the musk really ground the fragrance and gives it balance, gives it depth and character. It is different. This complex is so different, but it's not blind buy safe, because the leather note is coming through, the musk is coming through, and the nuttiness is there as well. Even though it says honey and caramel, is not a gourmand fragrance in my opinion. It doesn't leave heavy, sweet, heavy gourmand, but it's a sweet fragrance. So very nice. I do like it. I don't reach for it as much as I thought I would, but if you love a vanilla fragrance with character and depth, I think you will like that. You just have to like a leather note in the fragrance, because it's there in the dry down. The leather and the musk is just, it's the supporting character, balancing the fragrance out. I do like it. Don't pull for it. Try before you buy. I mean, it's Lattafa. You rarely get these where you can get samples, so it's not expensive. So you just gotta love a complex fragrance. Think Quintin Bisch. Quintin Bisch's nose he has a complex note. If you think Guidance 46, the Delinas, he has that complexity to it. So he loves that nutty feel to his fragrance, because when you think about Guidance or Guidance 46, he loves to play around with almond or hazelnut. So you're getting that nuttiness coming through with the vanilla and the caramel. So I wouldn't say blind buy safe, but it's a very beautiful fragrance. Now they came out with the intense version, and in my mind the intense version would be a hyped up version to this one. No, it's not. Totally two different fragrance. You would think they would be similar, but the Teriaq Intense for me is a more ambery fragrance. It's an amber sensual fragrance, not as sweet as the Teriaq Intense. Teriaq is a sweet honey caramel, musky, leathery fragrance. This one, it's sensual. It's sexy. You get a slight sweetness from the plum, and you get the cinnamon coming through. But the plum note is adding that slight freshness and sweetness. For me, I get a slightly sweet, boozy dry down, ambery dry down. That's what I get. You get the plum note. The plum note is prominent through and through the fragrance. This one leans similar to, like, think about Angel Share, think about Camera, but not as spicy and boozy as those, right? So it is similar, but not one-to-one. It put me in that ballpark of an Angel Share. Angel Share is sweeter and boozier, and Camera is more spicier and denser than this. So this is the lighter version, not as sweet, not as boozy, but the same DNA as those two. Yeah, this is a nicer, softer wear to Camera. So if Camera was too spicy, too boozy, and you like the DNA but you want something slightly softer, this is what this gives me. The Teriaq Intense gives me slightly sweet, slightly boozy, slightly ambery, sensual feel. So when you think about the two fragrances, Teriaq is more nutty. It's nutty. It is sweet, musky, leather. This slightly sweet, slightly boozy, ambery with this one. This is date night. This is evening wear. This is long lasting. It's a beast mode fragrance, but it's not sweet and it's not overly sweet. I would say the Teriaq Intense is sweeter. The Teriaq is sweeter than the Teriaq Intense. If you have Angel Share or Camera, do you need this? If you have, yes, I would still say that, because even though they're similar, they're not the same. Angel Share is boozy and sweet. Camera is spicy, boozy, sweet, ambery, slightly sweet. Plum liquor note in this is what's giving that sweetness and that booziness. Absolutely love the fragrance, both of them. My favorite, I would say I lean more towards this. I do love Camera. Maybe this is closer to Aqua than Camera, but I do love this one. This is not bad, but you just have to like the sweetness from the honey and the caramel to love this one. This is complex, but this goes in a whole different direction, and I like the direction that this one goes into. So this is what I was expecting from a Quintin Bisch. Yes, something different. Even though Lattafa has Aqua and Camera, you'd be like, why did they go into this direction? Do you need both? It depends on what. No, it depends on how you feel. If you like a sweeter fragrance, then you probably would vibe with this. If you like your amber, sensual, slightly sweet, boozy fragrance, then you will like this. My favorite of the two is this one. I can do without this one, but this one. So it all depends. All in all, it depends on just what fragrance you like. I like a more ambery, musky, vanilla dry down fragrance, so I think this is why I love this one. This one, I don't know what my expectation was of this one, but let me know, which is your favorite? Do you have both? If you do, which one is your favorite? I want to know. But for me, the clear winner for me is Teriaq Intense. Love them. Well, love this one. This is a like. This is a like. This is a love. So there you have it. Teriaq versus Teriaq Intense. Either one you can have, because they're two different fragrances. They go in two different directions. One is sweeter, muskier, leather, and one is more ambery, slightly sweet, slightly boozy fragrance. So these are not blind buy safe. Either one is not blind buy safe in my opinion. So I would say if you can get your nose on it. In Georgia, I know like some of the malls, in the middle section of the malls, they do carry Middle Eastern fragrances. So if you have a mall like that where you can at least try some of the popular fragrances, I would say that, because they are not blind buy safe. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, drop a comment or subscribe and help me to reach more perfume lovers. Thank you for watching. Bye.